Unfortunately, Call of Duty fans, for a lot of you guys, you will say the Black Ops 7 rug pull is fully complete. Call of Duty and Treyarch came out with a blog post around Season 1, and they tweeted about the multiplayer. And within the blog post, they said this, and I can't believe I'm about to read this right now. I feel like my eyes are deceiving me, but unfortunately, they're not. And I quote from Treyarch themselves: "We've continued to see increased engagement with Standard Mosh Pit. So we'll be featuring it in the featured tab for players who prefer an experience with more similarly skilled opponents." End quote. I'm going to take a little deep breath. You should as well. Treyarch, Activision, Call of Duty's PR team, whoever the fuck just made the statement saying that there's increased engagement and essentially saying that, hey, we're seeing more people play and prefer the standard mosh pit of the standard regular SBMM that we've had for the last 5 to 6 years. Where the fuck is the data? Where is the data for any of this bullshit that they're trying to give us out, all right, and trying to provide? What are we doing here, man? Honest to God. And listen, I know that I've been absolutely glazing the shit out of Black Ops 7's multiplayer experience with the open matchmaking system, the no SPMM system, the minimally considered system where skill is not considered at all, basically. And listen, maybe that's a skill thing for me because, you know, I'm not gonna lie, looking at my gameplay, sometimes I look like a bot, but when I'm on, I'm fucking on, right? With more playtime, more hours, I have a higher KD and win-loss ratio than I did in the beta. And I was absolutely addicted to the beta. But where is the data, first of all? All right, I'll take this L because this is honestly a full-on rug pull for 80 to 90% of people. And I even predicted that this was going to happen when we were shown and leaked the tabs of open mosh pit and standard mosh pit. And listen, I know that, you know, we still are going to have the options of open mosh pits, but when the game specifically advertises and promotes Black Ops 7 as the open mosh pit being the main standard matchmaking system, and now within Season 1 they're going to be adding more standard mosh pit game modes, it's like, you guys understand why everybody was so sus in the first place. And I don't know who Call of Duty's PR team is, I don't know who their PR manager is, or who's navigating them through this entire scenario, but they are doing an awful job, right? I don't know why they would even make a point to do this at all from the dev side, and then also make it a point to drive it home even in this fucking blog post, all right? And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't care if anybody says it's a rug pull, because it honestly is. For 80 to 90% of people that, you know, are not even close to a 3 KD or hell even a 2, they're gonna say it's a rug pull. And I wouldn't blame them, dude, because nobody wants to know that they're under the regular SPMM matchmaking system. And you know what's even worse is that people are still 2-boxing and 3-boxing in any playlist, right? My boy Rick apparently found another YouTuber streaming and 2-boxing in free-for-all, right? And then, you know, the worst part is that we have Matt Scrone, the main dev, the guy who's basically the new David Vonderhaar. He's responding to Java the Hutt, Mark of a Hero, and Mark of a Hero's post asking for changes. And listen, I'm gonna make an entire video about this probably on Friday, right? Talking about Call of Duty commentary YouTubers and the problem with us compared to everybody else that's been talking about Call of Duty, playing Black Ops 7, and actually getting responses from devs. But Matt Scrone's replying to a doxing, lying piece of shit in Mark of a Hero, and also Frizz Eyes, aka Jizz Eyes. And I just can't believe that this is happening right now. This is like back-to-back fucking whammies, all right? First, they're increasing the playlist and the availability of standard mosh pit and spreading this propaganda that they're seeing increased engagement without releasing the data and releasing the stats for this, right? And then to add on top of that, we have the main dev that's been communicating this entire time for Black Ops 7's life cycle before and after its release. He's communicating with doxers that are horrible YouTubers, okay? These guys are not good people. If you watch Mark of a Hero, Jizz Eyes, right, X-Pro MVZ, other people, these guys dox, these guys lie, and these guys will spin the narrative to seem like the victims. But listen, let's stay on topic here, okay? What is the increased engagement with standard mosh pit? Because I've only played, I would say, 1 to 2 games of standard mosh pit, and after the first game where, you know, I was assuming getting skilled up and, you know, seeing where I was at, and I dropped like a 3 to 4 KD, the game was ruined for me. But I just can't believe it. I really cannot believe that they're trying to spit out this stupid ass propaganda, and they are taking 1 step forward and like 10 steps back this time. Because at this point, with the amount of tweets I've been seeing that have been popping off about this, it's over. It really is over for Call of Duty this year once again. And it's only been, what, 3.5 weeks basically into Black Ops 7's life cycle. And listen, it'll still have sales, it'll still have player counts and all that stuff, but there's now always going to be some sort of aligned susness, and I don't know how else to put it other than everybody's going to assume it's going to be sus, right? And everybody's going to be very wary of actually playing the game again, buying it, and seeing what it becomes, because nobody wants to waste their time on an absolute fucking scam. And listen, you could say that it's a new game, it's a new look, new weapons, new mechanics, all that stuff, but for most people, guys, we're on the 7th Black Ops game. We just paid last year $70 to Black Ops 6, right? You don't understand the amount of money people have put in just for shit to be re-added into Warzone, which is going to be a horrible merger, and then also be expected to pay again for basically the same game with just, what, a readjusted Omni movement that's more redefined for a slower gameplay experience. And then to add on top of that is just new weapons and Black Ops 2 remastered maps. Like, listen, I'm not saying that I agree with people calling it a scam, but I think it's pretty fair for people just not to like the game this year because, for one, the Call of Duty fatigue is real. I've been talking about this for literal weeks now, and there needs to be something new within Call of Duty from the IP standpoint, the direction that every single mode from zombies, multiplayer campaign, and Warzone are taken in, and there needs to be something that revives the Call of Duty franchise, man. We need another Modern Warfare 2019 game, another COD 4 game, something that makes Call of Duty again. And with things like this, saying that there's increased engagement with standard mosh pit, something that we've been complaining about for the last 5 to 6 years, I don't understand how this is even like a thing. I really don't. There's no data being shown. This is literally based off statements, and I don't know why they're calling it the standard matchmaking system when literally a month or two ago they were literally promoting open mosh pit as the standard matchmaking system, and now they're calling the standard Modern Warfare 2019 matchmaking system the standard matchmaking and the standard mosh pit, man. It's ridiculous, dude. But listen, I once again, I am so sorry for even glazing this fucking game. I'm wrong. I feel bad. When I literally read this last night and seeing all this shit go down, I was like, yeah, they fucking blew it up, and even now, I don't even want to trust it. And still, thank God, I did not spend $70 on this shit. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, whenever I get paid from my job after these last like 3 to 4 months of work, I'm going to be buying Battlefield 6. And I'm going to be playing Black Ops 7 until my Game Pass expires, which is, I believe, December 17th, 18th, something around that. But I don't see myself buying Game Pass or Black Ops 7 at full price. The most I'll spend for this game is like $40. But like, when it comes to everything outside of my experience, I just have to talk about it because it's all been negative and it's all been valid for people to complain about, talk about, and be worried about. But still, at the end of the day, for open mosh pit, I just can't believe my lobbies have been so good. I don't know, man. You guys have been enjoying this new gameplay, so shout out to you guys. But all in all, right now, if you've been, kind of sus on the fence of buying Black Ops 7 or even trying it out, at this point, with the fact that they're not even showing us data, they're not even providing us stats of people playing standard mosh pit compared to the open mosh pit, and they're claiming to see increased engagement, right? And so that they're going to be featuring more game modes under that tab, and it's in the feature tab now. I want to trust it, okay? I want to buy it. I want to put time into it because you're going to get stuck in the Call of Duty cycle once again, and you're going to be brain rotted. You're going to be addicted to Call of Duty, and maybe that's what happened to me, but I just cannot believe this game's not even providing data or stats to see and show us the increased engagement with standard mosh pit. And I think this is all bullshit. I think this is somebody putting their foot down behind Activision, because we all found out that Activision, at the end of the day, they still somehow make the final decision on how skill-based matchmaking is and works within a Call of Duty game, which honestly, to me, in support of most devs, I feel like that's bullshit, dude. So yeah, but I think that's going to be it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Sorry for a very short one. I got school in a couple hours, but I appreciate everyone that came out to see today's video. Drop a like and please comment, guys. Engagement drives this channel forward. I don't care about the subs. All I care about is, getting that view, getting you to drop a like and comment, because that engagement helps me out so much. So literally anything I'll take. But it's been your Limbo. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.